I want to cast Pit under Hallie.
Okay,
Just-
roll.
Before that happens.
Roll a spell.
Okay.
20.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cedric starts to swing, like just as if in slow motion. Everybody's watching as he's about to strike Halasair down. Andreia reacts very quickly, starts to cast a spell like she's never cast a spell before. The ground underneath Halasair opens up and she drops just as the halberd barely scrapes past her, the top of her head, as she falls in the pit.
You will hear screams of rage.
Yeah, calm down, you.
Lealden, are you just
She doesn't calm
are you
down.
just hanging back, Lealden?
I'm watching this and waiting. I mean, like, yeah, I was watching.
Yeah, you're just watching this and waiting. You guys can react to what just happened with Cedric and Halasair and Andreia. I don't know if Theoben does anything.
Are you in such a rush to commit murder? Don't we want to look at other ways?
It is not murder. But there are other ways. We don't know
You were
for sure
awfully
yet.
quick. You were awfully quick to draw your weapon, Ashwood.
She told him to. And she had a demon in her, but we're probably being a little hasty. Maybe?
Yeah,
You know
she's
what I'm saying?
screams of rage still in the background. She's kind of out this one.
If anyone noticed Cedric's swing, I didn't get a chance to say this, but Cedric turned the blade and he was going to do non-lethal damage to try and knock her out.
Nice.
At which, I don't know, again, I don't know if anyone else saw that.
I don't think Andreia would have
I don't
because of
think.
her perception, so just
I don't.
I think
I mean, I don't know if I would have. I mean, that would have changed what
but-
Theo said, but...
I may have-
That's just what
I
he
may
was
have
gonna do
noticed
at
it.
the last second.
I'll say that Lealden noticed it. Everybody else, since you're wrought with emotion, I mean, this is a very emotional thing. You probably would have
Right.
missed it. You would have just not noticed that at all. So I think the way you reacted was natural. Lealden probably noticed it. I don't know if he would point it out, but
not yet.
not yet. Okay.
If I'll wait for what happens.
At which Cedric would just look back at Theoben and just say, "It is my duty."
It is your duty to kill when necessary. Not as the first call. We already know what can save Hallie.
There was something inside of her.
And we don't know what that is, or why, or what the eye can do to help her. Are those not questions that are important to you?
The only thing that is important to me is the safety of others.
Yes. That is important to me too, including Halasair.
Not when she could take out any more people.
She wasn't taking out anyone.
say that to Kenna.
That wasn't her.
I do what I must. How big is the hole?
So,
12. It's 12 feet down.
Large
So
enough
she's
for her
probably-
to not climb out.
It
Probably
is.
just like it's like a loop.
Kenna, the shouting, it is at this point that with all the shouting you start to rouse and you hear Cedric and you just heard Cedric and Theoben yelling at each other about...
And I'm holding you.
Yeah, and Andreia's holding you right now.
You're right. You're right.
What happened?
You got knocked out, honey. You got knocked out.
Esbjorn is right next to you, by the way, nuzzling you.
Hallie's in a hole.
What?
She's in the Harry hole, don't you know?
I put her in timeout.
Yeah.
She back to herself. Oh.
Think so.
What happened?
dunno. We're not apparently asking questions. We're just hitting her.
She lost control of something and tried to take the Eye of Andraste.
Where is that, by the way?
I look at the hole.
You look at the hole.
Why is she in a
She
hole?
wasn't.
I put her in a hole.
Stop Cedric from hitting her. Theo's gonna jump down the hole.
Okay.
It's a big drop.
Of all the people. Okay. She had been
Yeah.
angrily, furiously, mindlessly, angrily scrabbling at the sides.
Yes.
Climbing doesn't help. You don't have much of a handhold. Or enough remembrance to know to check your pack where you have climbing spikes. But we're not thinking about that, are we? So as Theo... God, it has to be Theo. Okay. So as Theo lands, she wheels. You have to do this.
What?
Theoben, you have to do this. It's this. It's in me. I can't go.
Where's the Eye of Andraste?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Apparently you took it. That's what those are saying up there. Do you have it?
Are you checking, Alistair?
No. She's
not checking.
She's trying to figure out how not to. She's still really angry. And it's Theo. So if anyone could talk her down, it's probably Theo. But it's not as easy as let me check. No, it's
during this time, the fire is wreathing over her again because she's clearly angry. So her emotions are getting the better of her right now.
passion, fire. Yeah.
Okay, Theo's gonna take out his bow.
His what?
And his bow.
Okay.
And he's gonna aim at her, and he says, "I will do this. Don't think that I won't."
Thank you.
But we are talking first, because I don't believe you should kill as a first resort and ask questions later.
We have just seen what happens. I can't control this.
We've also seen dongs and you losing boobs and your voice going lower, and don't we want to ask more questions? Don't we want to just not kill our friends? Or is that what this entire group is about? Because we all seem to be willing to kill each other at a jump.
At this, would we be hearing their discussion in the bottom of the hole?
There's probably no way you
Neilden,
can't.
yes, and Neilden, while you're hearing this shout, you can't help but remember a moment back in Redcliffe.
I remember. I guess I would first speak up, not loud enough for the people in the hole to hear, because that's their whole time down there. They can do that. This will be for everyone up top to hear. She wasn't going to die, you know.
No?
I noticed, and at this point I'm looking over to Cedric. I can tell when a blade is wavering, even before the strike is met. You didn't really plan to kill her, did you?
Cedric will look over at Neilden. You may not know this body, but you definitely know this soul.
I'm going to slip out from under Kenna and make my way over to the hole.
Okay.
Meanwhile, down in
Can
the
you come with me? Can you
What?
come with me, Kenna? Could you maybe use your bracelet to calm down Hallie, please?
Yeah, I can.
She needs to calm down. Like right now.
Okay.
Roll a magic roll.
And while she's rolling the magic roll,
Chill out.
Theoben,
Check for the eye. Apparently, whatever took control of you took it. I want to know if it's on you.
Theoben, shut up.
What? No.
Look, I love you. I fucking love you. And
I love
I
you too.
can't lose
Which is
any
why
more
I'm
family.
not going to
I
let them.
cannot lose any more family, Theo. I cannot kill
Nor can
everybody.
I. Nor can Andreia. Not unless absolutely necessary. I can't lose you, Hallie.
If it's me or the world, it has to be me.
And if we have to make that decision, I'll make it, and I'll be the one to kill you. Can you blame me for wanting to save you? Like you wanted to save those miners. You always wanted to save
Just
lives. Why are you
shut
giving up
up.
your own?
Kiss.
No.
No.
Kiss?
Sorry. Kiss. Yeah,
Wait,
that
what?
just
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay, so you reached. Okay, so Halasair
Oh.
just walked up to Theoben and just.
Oh, I don't know if it's a walk.
It was more like an attack.
Probably.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
So Halasair attacks Theoben with
her
a-
lips.
with her lips, with a kiss.
I can't talk now.
Well, we've got privacy.
Oh my god, there's so much kissing in this
I know. The second kiss this session. Oh my
I
god.
know, my gosh.
Which I didn't see coming.
Oh my gosh, this is so like, Cedric, come here.
I get popcorn.
Awesome.
All of the Liam and Lealden shippers can rejoice finally.
Were there actual shippers in that? Like, I don't know, were there?
There were a few Liam Lealden shippers. Yes, I'm sorry.
In this life or the next?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry. Let's get back to the current one. Theoben and Halasair just shared an extremely passionate kiss, and Theoben, you've never had a kiss like that before.
So, why did you do that?
Because I love you.
And yet you want me to kill you.
Sometimes you have to see the bigger picture.
I'd rather look at the smaller one. Can we please just... I don't want you to die unless... And even then, it won't be Cedric that does it.
I don't want to die either. And I approached him because I thought he'd be the one to strike without hesitation. If you need to keep me unconscious until there's an answer, that's fine.
Look, we can find you, we can keep you from it, we can have Kenna control your magic, we have Andreia who can do water, Look, we can take you to Violetta, she can work out what happened, we can do something. You shouldn't die needlessly.
I agree. But then do something. You cannot trust me until this thing is cured.
Right. I'm gonna ask one more time. Do you know where the Eye of Andraste is?
And now she'll check herself.
Halasair, you will check your
Yes.
possessions, and yes, you will find an object that was not in your possession before, which is an artifact known as the Eye of Andraste. Kenna, it is at this point that your racer starts to continue to calm the situation down. Theoben helped considerably, and you are assisting. As soon as Kenna starts casting magic from her bracer, everybody's individual marks starts to react. So from Leildin's point of view, he sees a mark, a glowing mark of a star on Theoben's forehead, one coming from Cedric's ankle through his boots, one coming from Halasair through her right hand, I believe, one from Kenna just above her heart, and then one in Andreia on her tramp stamp. In her back.
Gosh dang, it's the freaking Planeteers up in this.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Right before you, all 5 of the PCs go into a trance.
Oh.
You all go into a trance, and you feel like you're having an out-of-body experience. From your perspective, you can see, kind of, but not through your eyes. You're in this empty, void-like space, and you can kind of sense each other's presence even though you don't see each other's bodies, if that makes sense. And you start hearing voices. 5 voices that sound like your own, but they're almost like out of character, digitally altered, as if you sound non-gender specific. Your voices are now non-gender specific. The first one says, grounded, contemplative, and thoughtful, a vessel perfect for ingenuity, a source of support and stability, producer of life and bearer of precious resources, a desire to nurture and to prove one's value and impact to the world. That was voice number 1. Voice number 2 says, adaptive, moves in a definite path, but often an unexpected one, can go with the flow, but can also crash like a rising wave. In one state, sensitive and compassionate. In another, cold, obstinate, and unfeeling. The third voice says, emotional, intense, righteous, always active, never passive, a source of destruction, yet also a source of energy, warmth, and light. Act by will, never wavering, committing fully to whatever your passion is. Without control, can be erratic and devastating. The fourth voice says, ever-present, transparent, can be gentle like a sweet breeze, or forceful like a swirling tempest, direct like a bolt of lightning, brooding like a gathering storm, fills any space, taking up any shape, and thus can be hard to define identity. The last voice says, ever-present, nothing and everything at the same time. The glue that binds the other 4 together. Darkness and light. Balance. For when the scales are tipped, feelings of doubt and regret may surface. The pressure to live up to your destiny can sometimes be too overwhelming if you allow yourself to lose your center. All of these voices are coming from inside you, and you can all hear them being said.
Brooding? What's that supposed to mean?
That one must not have been about you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Shared out of
Can we all, see each other?
You can see each other, but not visually. Like, you know, you can sense you're there, but you can't see anything, really. It's hard to explain. This is all in the mind's eye right now.
What are we
Soul's
supposed to
eye.
do?
Yes.
The voices say, legends say, that after the world was created, there were leftover sparks of the building blocks used to forge it. A spark of fire, water, air, earth, and aether. 5 of our gods took possession of these sparks for themselves. Earth with Korth, air with the lady, water with Hakon, fire with Imar, and aether with Sigfrost. Many years passed, another voice says, until one day the balance of creation itself was endangered. An unknown force threatened to tear the world apart. Our people prayed to the gods to stop this threat. In response, the gods decided to give us the chance to help ourselves. 5 were chosen, marked by the gods as their individual champions, marked on their very souls, to address this catastrophe. Each were given the powers of creation itself, the sparks. These sparks were forged into 5 bracers. The champions fought this threat, and while they succeeded in keeping the world from total annihilation, it would still be scarred forever. A third voice speaks. A major portion of creation, the portion where soul comes from, was separated from the face of Thedas. We call this portion the land of dreams. The lowlanders refers to this as the Fade, and with it, the veil. With the manifestation of this veil, the Penta'Viv Guardians failed their mission to preserve all of creation when this separation happened. In order to make up for their shortcomings, the Guardians would be tasked to continue serving even after death. They are reborn, generation after generation. And when the balance of creation is once again threatened, the Penta'Viv will awaken them. The fourth voice speaks. Throughout history, the Guardians are awakened. They were integral during the first Blight. Lowlander history fails to remember this, but the Penta'Viv Guardians kept the Darkspawn at bay, giving the Grey Wardens the opportunity to discover a way to defeat them. And they will continue to be awakened to fulfill their duty of preserving the balance of creation. The fifth voice speaks. The Guardians are not always born into Avar bodies. The soul is what makes you unique, not your body. The soul determines who you are, Avar or not. We'd like to believe that our own people are the chosen few, but the reality is the children of the stone, the children of the forest, and even the children of the gray are children of creation itself. Creation has been called many names. We refer to them as the gods. Other people refer to them as the Elder Ones. Still others refer to them as the stone itself, or simply the Maker. We interpreted them in our own way. You are free to do so as well, and come with whatever truths you wish. But when the Guardians were last awakened, it was a child of the forest who hid the Penta'Viv away within the crossroads, till the time would be awakened again. The symbol of the Penta'Viv is a 5-pointed star, each representing one of the sparks of creation. The center portion of the star represents the soul, as a constant reminder of that piece of creation that was lost to us. What do you guys say?
Who are you?
We are you. We are the voice of you from generations past.
What is the threat to creation now? Why have we been awakened?
We do not know, but we feel that you are close to finding that out. Our job is to discover what this threat is. Strings of fate are supposed to pull you towards this. You might have felt it. Again, you can call it fate, you can call it gods, you can call it the Maker. Whatever name you give it, that is what we believe.
And so you and we are to serve an eternal penance?
We volunteered to serve this penance.
We didn't.
You did not. You can decide your own fate.
These bracers. Are we using them correctly? It's not exactly an instruction manual.
The bracers are tied to your emotions. They are also tied to your will and your self-control, self-awareness. If you allow yourself to be clouded with your emotions too much, then yes, they can go out of control. But if you manage to remain centered and manage to maintain the balance, so too will you be able to maintain the balance of creation itself.
So we are supposed to seek out the danger and stop it.
That is what you were awakened to do. Yes, what we were awakened to do.
It's very disheartening to think that we don't have our own choice in protecting people.
The choice was made a long time ago. It is within you. You forget this soul that you have is the same throughout history. That soul, your identity, made the decision to do this long ago.
No. I am my identity, not some previous version of me.
It is no longer our say. You are we now. It is your decision. We cannot control that. All we can do is tell you the history of yourselves.
Are we supposed to see this, recognize this threat to creation when we see it?
You always do. Some don't always live to see the current ones, unfortunately. As Cedric, as Liam, kind of feels that a little bit.
Oh.
Certain events changed. The way things were changed. the way things were supposed to be changed. It's sounding like you have the ability to make your own changes as well. For good or for ill.
If we are talking to you right now, and you are us from another time, why can't you fix things? Because if there was a mistake made, but you're still here, why don't you fix the original problem?
Because we are here present in you, and at the same time we're not actually here. We are just an echo from long past. You are us now. What we were before. We are here to give clarity. Nothing less, nothing more.
I am me. You are not me. But that doesn't mean that if there is a danger to the world, I will not help others.
Agreed.
But I'm not doing it because you tell me to. I'm doing it because I, Theoben, decided.
The beings don't respond. It might be because they are satisfied with that answer.
If this is the case, that there is danger that is threatening innocence, you will have my assistance as well, for it is my duty.
I agree. Like, I've been searching for a purpose, and, you know, why not, right?
I don't. Whatever we've been doing, they said we're getting close. So I guess in the end, it doesn't matter how we feel about this. We keep going with what we've been doing. We've been doing what we were supposed to do this whole time. I feel honored and gifted by this enormous task. And I feel honored to have all of you by my side.
Me too.
We can do this.
We were already doing this on our own volition
Then does the
before.
fact that I gave you clarification that you were doing exactly what you were supposed to be doing in the first place change that?
I promised to help those who I can, and I'm going to keep that promise. But me, we are having words.
That is the passion you always had. Yes.
Oh, shut up.
And
She's having a pout.
with that, you guys will then emerge from your trance. From Lealden's perspective, it only went on for a few seconds, though. And with that, you have some new goodies.
Oh, goodies! We get nematose. Everybody gets a nematose.
Nematose.
Everybody.
You get it.
You get a nematose.
So, with a better understanding of the Penta'Viv, the Guardians, they gain the following benefits. All 5 of you gain the following benefits. 1, all magic roll checks to use your Penta'Viv powers get a +3 bonus. Everyone gets a +3 bonus on all of your Penta'Viv powers. Magic.
Nice.
Would have been cool to have this earlier, but you guys are getting it now. Secondly, once per day, each Guardian may ask to take the average for a Penta'Viv magic check without rolling. You just say I take the average. Once per day in game. Of your 3 charges between your rests to gain the following benefits. Theoben, you can spend 2 surges to transform your entire body into a stone archon. Your skin, which is a souped up version of what Kenna would get if we combined the powers with yours. Yours is a little bit more powerful. Your skin turns into solid rock, and the ground around you springs up with bramble. For the entire encounter, you gain resist 3 from all damage types, which stacks with other resistances you may already have. All squares within a 3-square burst of you are considered rough terrain for hostile creatures and enemies. As a minor action, you can cause entangling vines to spring up from the ground, range 10, to restrain your foes. Restrained foes can only take 1 action. You can only restrain 1 creature at a time. Andreia.
Very nice.
I will post this up on your notes, so you don't have to memorize all this. You can turn into an aqueous archon. Your body turns into pure liquid. For an entire encounter, you can fit through small cracks and crevices, ignore rough terrain, move your speed perfectly in liquid, and you do not need to breathe, and you can move without invoking attacks of opportunity. You regenerate 1d6 mana points at the end of your turn. You regenerate mana at the end of each turn.
That's awesome.
Halacer, the combustion archon. Your body erupts into flames. For an entire encounter, any hostile creature that crosses or starts its turn within a 3-burst aura around you takes 1d12 fire damage.
Woo!
As you move, you also leave a trail of fire behind you that lasts until the beginning of your next turn. Any hostile creature that crosses or starts its turn adjacent to the trail of fire takes 1d6 damage. Fire damage.
Whoa.
Wow.
Cedric, Tempest Archon. Your body swirls into your body turns into a swirl of whirling winds. For an entire encounter, you're insubstantial and have the ability to fly perfectly at your normal movement speed. No physical attacks can harm you unless you attack, in which case you become vulnerable until the beginning of your next turn.
Fun.
Kenna, the Void Archon. Your body turns into a void, and you are very difficult to see, especially in darkness or shadow. During the duration of this form, all other Penta'Viv Guardians get a +3 bonus to all of their Bracer magic rolls. So on top of that, everyone gets +3 bonus to all of their Bracer rolls. In addition, you can swallow an adjacent creature or non-magical object of your size or smaller into the void, dealing damage equal to your magic roll. If you kill a creature in this way, it is disintegrated.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
I'm coming for you, Max.
No.
We don't have to go after him anymore, Kenna.
Leildon, you may respond now if you'd like, now that these people have returned from their trance.
Okay. Would someone like to explain to me what just happened there?
Kenna, that's you.
It's a little complicated. You might have to have been there to get it.
Damn bracers.
I guess,
There's some weird magic crap going on in my head.
sounds familiar. So, alright then, simpler question than possibly. What does this mean from here?
Are we still in the hall?
You're in the hole.
He's still in the hall. Oh, no.
Okay.
What does this mean overall?
Cedric's still up there, don't worry.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, renewed sense of purpose, I guess. The world is in danger, and
Means there's a big threat, and we've got the tools to stop it.
yeah.
We've got each other.
speaking of which, how are you doing in the hole?
You have the item Droste in your hands, by the way.
We're good.
Okay, you and I are probably gonna have to work on something after, just so you know, like peeking down the hole. Just so you know, I'm thinking you and I need to work on something. Just so you know. Kind of important.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how to get you out of the hole aside from a rope. Sorry. Then I slide away.
I'll just very quietly hand the eye over to Theo.
Out of character, Hark.
Mm-hmm.
Was this the thing that I was coming up to the peak to take care of in the first place?
Yeah, I think you got the information that you needed. Yeah. So I think your mission is a success.
All right then. Well, can't say that's the most unusual thing I've seen, but very well then. I think that takes care of my business up here, and you've recovered the item Droste.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
It's not the first time I've had to beat upside the head another companion of mine.
Technically, you didn't beat me.
Maybe don't push it, Hallie.
In any case, now that my task has been completed, I can hopefully trust you to look after the item Droste with whatever it is you need it.
Yes.
How can we return it to you?
You found me once. You'll probably be able to find me again.
Such a cool answer.
Yeah, that was really ninja.
Yeah. That was a little badass.
I think we all just swooned a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Swoon.
Is there going to be another kiss, Andreia? Let's make 3.
You know, before you like go, it'd be really cool if I could, say something to you, probably in private, because I don't want to embarrass myself completely. Yeah, that one.
All right. And then to walk over to the right.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the music that Hark's going to put on overlaying.
Yeah. She's only a little in love. It's no big deal. So you kind of sort of asked me earlier why I, didn't poison you, and well, for one, you're known to be pretty crafty, and I figured you'd probably catch on to it. But I thought maybe you should know what you've meant to people like me.
Oh, honestly, it doesn't come up quite often in my line of work, but how's that?
Well, I'm in Vashos. I was raised by the Chantry. There aren't many of us. My tribe was killed by the Q.
My condolences.
I'm sorry?
I was saying my condolences. It's so hard to talk deep while also...
Yeah, I get that. Thank you. But 5 years ago, I was a slave, and I heard a little story about some heroes who, saved the world from the blight and such.
I think I know the ones you're talking of.
Yeah, some nobodies or something. And one of them was a Vashos. And
what did you hear about this festival?
Well, I heard that he was tall, and he had a magic sword, and he was handsome. I heard that many times. I don't know if it's true or not, but
First time hearing of it.
Oh, well. Well, he's not that famous. You're not missing out. It's just stories and Twitter and such. But the weird thing about it is he is accepted and beloved by people who are not of his kind. And it's really good for someone like me to have someone like him to look up to.
Well, I would say that if you ever found this nobody hero,
Yeah.
he would be quite touched to know that people thought of him like that.
Would he? Would he maybe want to get to know somebody who felt like him, like that, maybe in the future, possibly, possibly like at dinner or something.
I'm thinking, hang on. Oh, jeez. Yes, I know. I'm trying to think because I need to time this out very carefully. When all of this is done, I mean, it is sort of, unfortunately, the left hand is sort of a for life position, usually. But typically it means that someone like me is usually traveling a lot, which I would think would increase the chances of such a person bumping into him again. And
Oh yeah.
thought will be placed into the matter.
Well, if he ever wishes to find me, I think he's pretty resourceful, and he probably can do that.
He sounds like the type.
Andreia's all baffled.
Oh my gosh, the bromance people are gonna be pissed. The Maximilian Lealden thing is being threatened.
Well, he got married,
That is true.
That's true.
But
He broke it first.
But there are people who would still argue.
I know.
Lealden comes to visit, I'm sure. A little bit on the side. There you go.
But yeah, that'll be my answer, and I will head back.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, wait till he leaves another.
I love Andreia so much.
Aw.
So, you guys now have possession of the eye, correct?
Yeah.
And you can learn a little something, so I think we can end the session there.
Very nice.
Yes.
I think this one has been my favorite so far.
Oh my god, so much happened.
So many twists.
So
so-
much.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
Lucky
god,
Jack,
that
you're
was
so
crazy.
adorable there on the spot.
Yeah.
Logan.
I find this freaking meh.
Oh.
Embarrassed. I gotta be all freaking off the top of my. I'm never a good improver guy. I always have to stutter and scammer.
No,
my way
Lucky
through
Jack,
things.
you're awesome.
That's
you are
okay.
so
Oh,
good.
you're so good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you.
So good. So,
Uh,